What's up, y'all? It's Keisha of Black Girl Go Hard. Thank y'all for joining my channel. So when I'm kind of like sitting down like this, I just want y'all to know it's going to be some sort of a talk through something, like some sort of situation like that. To tell y'all the story about how difficult 75 hard can be sometimes, especially around specific to the eating. I know I focus a lot on like the exercise and getting the exercises done, but eating can be a struggle too. And I'm about to tell y'all how, right? So my son, he goes to speech therapy, right? So he's, speech therapy is only 30 minutes, okay? So usually I take him, I just sit in the car, and I 30 minutes fly like that. So I just scroll on my phone, do anything, right, for the 30 minutes, and then I go get them. I just stay in front of the facility, right? So on this particular day, I was hungry. I had to go to work that night because I work overnights, and speech therapy was in the evening. So I was like, you know what, let me just try to grab something to eat while he's in speech therapy, and then I'm gonna just come back and get him, and then that way at least I don't have to try to figure out what I'm gonna eat, because literally by the time I would have made it in the house, I only had like an hour before I had to leave back out, right, for work. So cool. So that was my plan. Now, the poor execution part of the plan is that I didn't really know where I was gonna go. I remember like a while back we went to some place and got like a seafood boil or whatever. But I didn't know the name of the place. So I was like calling around trying to figure out where the place was before I made it to the hip drop him off. But anyway, so I dropped him off. The lady, I told her, I was like, I'm about to run to go get me something to eat real quick, and then I'll be back, for the 30 minutes. So cool. So I'm driving and still calling around at this point, right? So the first place I called, I was like, oh, do y'all do the shrimp boils or whatever? And then she was like, yeah. How long? She was like, oh, it'll be about 30-minute wait. I'm like, dang. So hung up. I'm like, okay, cool. Hung up, called another place. Same story, right? I'm like, okay, seafood boil ain't gonna work. So now at this point, I'm like, I just go to a main street, and I'm like, I'm just gonna drive down this main street. Should find something, right? So I see a McDonald's. The line is like so long for the McDonald's. I'm like, there ain't no way I can, cause I be lazy, okay? So I also was not trying to get out the car. So I was like, okay, that's not gonna work. So I drive like so many blocks, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to just turn around, cause by this time it was like 4:40, right? So when I get to the point where I'm gonna turn around, I see this restaurant, okay? I live in Chicago, okay? So we have a lot of like little hood, just restaurants, right? But at this point, I'm just like, okay, let me just get a salad. I'm just looking for a salad, right? So I see this restaurant. It's called Red Snapper. Red Snapper pissed me all the way off, okay? So in my head, I'm like, okay, this will be perfect. I'm going there and get my salad. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the times, because the times are very important, okay? So I get to the restaurant. It is 4:41, right? I asked the lady, I said, as soon as I walk in the door, like you see, I'm like, as soon as I walk in the door, I'm like, hey, what kind of salads do you have? Because the screen was blank, right? The screen, you know how they have the TV screens, it wasn't on. And she's like, she's like, let me get this remote and try to fix the screen. And I'm like, baby, what kind of salads do you, just tell me the salads, baby. I don't need to see it on the screen. So then she's steady trying to fidget with it. I was like, you know what? I'm in a bit of a rush. If you could just tell me the salad. Do y'all got a salad with chicken? Because now I'm just going, because that's all I want. I want a salad with some chicken on it, okay? Got a salad with some chicken. Oh, yeah, we got a Cobb salad. I said, okay, that sounds good. What comes on the Cobb salad? Now, she still ain't got the screen together. She fumbling and bumbling. She asked the guy who's in the back what comes on the Cobb salad. And he said some onions and green peppers. I said, take the onions and green peppers off. Everything else is cool, right? Cool. So then now, mind you, now it's 4:52. Okay? It was $9.92. All right. So I had cash. I gave her a $10 bill. I was like, how much is that going to be before I even like finish the transaction? She was like, oh, it'll probably be like 10 minutes or less, right? So in my head, I'm like, cool. And I'm thinking it's going to be along the or less side, right? Because it's a salad. Okay, so I'm done paying. It's $4.52. I sit down. So in my head, I'm always trying to like do the calculations, right? So I'm like, okay, if it's $4.42, that means they'll be done by $4.52 at the latest. And I was literally probably like 7 minutes away. So I'm like, boom, I'm gonna make it there on time and no issues, right? Girl, so no, I'm sorry. Y'all, so then so I'm just sitting there. It's hot in there. They ain't got no AC, but I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna sit in here because, you know, it shouldn't take long. So, you know, time just winding down, we had 9 minutes. And I'm like looking at the clock like, man, she said or less. What happens to the or less? Or less didn't come, right? So then as we get to 10 minutes, so now it's 4:52, the guy that was in the back that was preparing the salad, he walks out the door, but like as he's walking out, I look up and I'm like, oh, where's he going? So I'm like, oh, maybe they must have the salad ready. She about to bag it up. I go up to the front counter. I'm like, oh, is the salad ready? She was like, no. I said, well, what's going on? Because you said 10 minutes or less, and it's been 10 minutes. She's like, oh, he got to go get a tomato. A tomato? I was like, from where? So it's a store next door, right? She said, you got to go get a tomato. So first I was just like, okay. And then in my head, I was like, wait, so he got to go, like pick the tomato, stand in line, pay for the tomato, and now I'm just calculating the extra minutes, right? This is taking out to the little 8 minutes I would have left to go pick him up. So then I'm like, yeah, that's not going. I was like, can you tell him? I was like, I don't, you know, because like, okay, so like, I don't really care if I have tomatoes on the salad. And I'm like, dang, if they would have just told me like, we ain't got no tomatoes, I'd be like, extra tomatoes. Like, I'm gonna make it super simple for you. Extra tomatoes, just give me the salad. As long as I got lettuce, obviously, chicken, cheese, cucumbers, and an egg. That's it. That's all that I must have on my salad. Anything else is just like kind of like extra. Tomatoes, I don't really even care for them on the salad like that, especially depending on the type of tomatoes. Like if they love them with cherry tomatoes, don't like them at all on my salads. And then if they like a regular like beefsteak tomatoes, I only like a few of those. So, and then they got to be firm because sometimes they be mushy. So listen, I could have deal without it anyway. So I'm like, yeah, can you call him and tell him like, just don't worry about it. Like I gotta. She was like, no, I can't. And I was like, so I feel like my temperature rising. I felt it rising. And I was just like, you know what? Let's just get on up out of here. Because at this point, I'm not about to say, give me the money back, because I already know it's going to be a argument where I got to wait on the man, and then the man going to say, I shouldn't even have to tell y'all the type of man that owned this place, right? And the type of young lady that I'm talking about right now. So I already know he going to come talking about he can't give the, so baby, it's $10. So I was just like, you know what? Forget it. I walked out, right? So I sped walk out, hopped in the car. And now I'm like racing to go get this boy because at this point it's probably like 4:55, right? So obviously I was a few minutes late. I run the thing like, I'm so sorry, you know, And then she's like, okay, it's okay, right? So I got him. Now y'all might say, well, why not just go back and get the salad? Because I was so frustrated. I was like, I didn't even really want the salad like that. Like I really wanted something good, but the salad was kind of just like me settling. Like, okay, I'm just gonna get the damn salad. I didn't even really want the salad. And then they had pissed me off because it's like, if you tell somebody, if you see somebody I'm very like clear with how I communicate. I'm like, hey, I'm in a rush, you know, how long will it be? So you already know, like, I'm really trying to make sure I stick to this time. So if you see that it's running over, like in my opinion, I would be kind of checking with him, like, and I know he her boss, but I just do things a certain way. So I'd be like, oh, you know, she kind of short on time. So, you know, she said 10 minutes is all she really got, right? So I would have been like checking in, like, okay, it's coming up, you know, But you know what? I can't even expect the way I do things, the way I handle things, my experiences for how, you know, other people should handle things. But anyway, so I was like, F the salad, right? So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to try to see if I can get something on the way home now at this point, right? Grab something, right? So now salad is my only option, right? Because there's not many places that have healthy options where you could just drive through, right? Where you don't have to like get out the car and go in or make a, where it's going to take a while. So cool. So we driving. I see a McDonald's. You know what? I'm like, I'm just gonna whip in it. This is a different McDonald's. I'm like, cause now we headed back home. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna whip in this McDonald's. They ain't had no line, no wait. I was the next car. Boom. I'm about to get me a salad from this McDonald's. So I'm like, hey, so I pull up to the window. You know how sometimes they be taking a while to come to the mic. I was the only car. It wasn't like one of them double lane McDonald's. Like it was just me, right? So I'm like,
hello. And then I'm like, and then she was like, yeah, give a little spiel. I was like, hey, I was like, what kind of salads y'all got? Because I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, what is salads? I was like, what kind of salads y'all got? Nothing. I'm like, hello? What kind of salads y'all got? Nothing. This lady come on there talking about, man, we don't sell salads. I was like, what? She was like, man, we haven't sold salads in like 5 years. I was like, what are you saying right now? Like, you don't have a salad? No, we don't sell salads anymore.
Now, I had preface this with, I had already ordered my son's stuff. I told y'all in the About Me video, I don't even know if it's up yet. Hopefully it's up. But anyway, in my About Me video, I'm a very efficient order. Like, I'm going to tell you whatever exactly I want. So I had already told them to get my son the chicken nugget meal with the slushie for the drink. Boom. So his stuff was already ordered. And then we was at the salad thing, right? So I'm like,
oh, no, And she was like, do you still want the nugget meal? No, ma'am, no, because...
Like, I'm sorry. I need, like, we can get him something to eat. I need something to eat so I can go to work. But I ain't explained it to her. But in my head, I'm like, no, ma'am, it's okay, thank you. And then I, sped off. So now I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go home. I was so my son, when we pulled in initially, he like...
Mommy, they don't sell salads at McDonald's. I was like, well, yes, they do. Like, I'm sitting like, you're going to tell me I didn't have a salad from McDonald's before.
Baby, I ain't realized it's been that long since I done had a salad from McDonald's. First of all, their salads are not good. They need to bring back the salad shakers. That's when salads was good. But now, well, they ain't got them no more. But the last time I had them, they wasn't good anyway like that. But that just made me think, like, that is so sad. Like, that as a society, and I don't know if that's just a North America thing, if that's just a U.S. thing, or a Chicago thing, or Illinois. I don't know, like, where the levels, go as far as this whole no salad thing. But I think it's really sad. I'm like, that is really sad that, and I was talking to my husband, I'm like,
you do know McDonald's didn't sell salads no more? He was like, yeah, they stopped that, like, during COVID.
And I was just like, that is absolutely sad that people were not buying the salads. Well, the salads were trash. So that's probably why they weren't buying it. But also, people gonna choose what they want, right? So most people not going to McDonald's for a salad. Just like most people not going to some place called Red Snapper, a fish and chicken place, for a dang on salad either. So I mean, I guess I get it, but it's just like, dang, we in a sad state, like, where you can't even find a place to get a healthy option. Like, that's terrible. Like, that's terrible. Like, they done got rid of the fruit and yogurt parfaits. That was another good thing. That was tasty. Now, that used to be fine. I would bang it. It was tasty, and I'm sure it wasn't the healthiest, but at least it was a semi-healthy option. Like, come on. Like, all y'all can offer us is fries and hamburgers and chicken nuggets, and I love the fries. I love the fries. But y'all ain't got not one healthy option but some apple slices. That's it. Somebody tell me if they got something else that's healthy. I would love to know, but I don't know. It just made me think, like, dang, that's really sad that you can't even get a healthy option at McDonald's. At a lot of the fast food restaurants, I guess, now. And when you do try to get a healthy option, they ain't got the dang on supplies to make it. So they got to run out and go get the damn tomato. I just think it's crazy. So anyway, that was my rough day of trying to get food. So what did I do? I ended up coming home. We had some hamburger meat in the fridge. I just made me a quick hamburger patty with lettuce, tomato, pickles. It was fire. And I ate that up, and that was it. And I should have just did that from the start, but just trying to grab something quick. But yeah, so listen, the working out is not the only hard thing about 75 hard. The eating is definitely hard. And it's like, that's why I try not to like eat out too much, because it's like, it's a challenge to try to figure out what to eat. So that's why I'm just like, gotta make the food at home. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I need to do a better job of meal planning, because I shouldn't have even been in that situation where I had to go to no dang on Red Snapper to try to get a salad. I know that girl talked about me. I know the man came back with the tomato like, what happened? What happened? You didn't give her that money back, did you? Nah. So anyway, I'm like, look, whoever had the salad, whether y'all gave it to somebody or y'all ate it, whatever, enjoy. Because Red Snapper ain't got to worry about me again, okay?